So a lot of people have asked me,
Mamobo, when you say unifying across differences, unification, unity, blah, 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 what exactly do you mean?
well, there are many understandings of what it means to unify across differences. But as a social psychologist, I believe that one key element to unifying across differences is the skill of having intercultural competence. Hi, my name is Mamobo, founder of GORM and social psychologist. And if you want to unify across differences, make sure you are subscribing. In today's world, and particularly in Ireland where we are based, a diversity of people, identities, and cultures are oftentimes the norm in our modern day society. But as I mentioned before, and time again, diversity does not necessarily mean that we're all getting along. In fact, a diversity of people can quite often lead to misunderstandings, conflict, and missed opportunities for collaboration. Without the ability to navigate and appreciate group-based differences and bridge, or what we like to call unify across our differences, individuals, organizations, and society can often face barriers to effective communication, cooperation, and social cohesion. That's where intercultural competence comes in.
Yeah!
In short, intercultural competence is the effective knowledge, attitudes, and skills necessary. In short, intercultural competence is the effective knowledge, attitudes, and skill that are necessary for effective interactions with people both within and outside your social groups. I like to say that every human interaction is an intercultural one, whereby in order to understand each other, we need to cross a bridge. The only thing is that the length of that bridge can depend on how similar or different you are to the other individual. Developing intercultural competence enables us to bridge across cultural gaps, don't include that, Jesus. Developing intercultural competence enables us to bridge across cultural gaps, foster mutual understanding, and build strong relationships across lines of difference. So, the key components to intercultural competence, according to intercultural competence expert Dr. Darla Deardoff, are effective knowledge, attitudes, and skills in engaging in intercultural interactions. Side note.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Intercultural competence does not mean that you understand every single thing about a community. These are the overarching skills you need to effectively bridge. Back to the video. Firstly, to have intercultural competence and unify across differences, you need to have knowledge. This is awareness of the self and others, and an understanding of key components whereas it relates to your social or cultural group. It does not necessarily mean that you need to understand deeply contextual issues for the communities that you wish to engage with or work with, but rather it's an understanding of your own cultural perspective, influences, and things that guide your behavior, such as your biases that you may have. Some of you may be thinking that this is in the area of unconscious bias, but that's a different story for another day. Secondly, having an open attitude and knowing what motivates you to engaging with difference is crucial for intercultural competence. Are you engaging with diversity to fill a quota? Or having diversity points for your company?
Bombastic side eye.
Or is it to curiously engage in a healthy and respectful way with differences, where you are willing to step out of your comfort zone in order to engage with different and diverse cultures and community in a healthy and authentic way? Here, the development of cultural perspective taking and empathy building is key to building a better attitudes and building your intercultural competence. Finally, the part that everybody wants, the skills. Intercultural competence requires skills such as active listening, empathy building, and the ability to adapt different communication styles in order to essentially and successfully engage across lines of cultural and social differences. By adopting some of these skills, and there are much more, you can bridge cultural gaps and create meaningful connections and unify across differences. Intercultural competence is a lifelong skill, which will allow you to adapt and thrive in diverse environments. Whether it's your workplace, your community, your local authority, or even your family, because God knows some of our family members need these skills. Intercultural competence is a skill all humans need to thrive in a diverse environment. For example, in a culturally diverse workplace, intercultural competence enables employees to understand and respect each other's perspectives, leading to better teamwork, more productivity, and innovative ideas in the workplace. For local authorities and public agencies, intercultural competence, particularly for leaders in this area, is vital to build trust when it comes to conflict between communities. Of course, there is so much more to the concepts, skills, tools, ideas when it comes to intercultural competence. Literal books, guys. But this video gives you a brief overview as to the concept of intercultural competence from a social psychological perspective. And at GORM, we delve into this concept deeper when it comes to the trainings that we deliver, for example. Intercultural competence is a human level skill and a continuous journey that requires ongoing learning, self-reflection, and practice. It is necessary to feed into the systemic change needed to make our society a more equal and just place. And it's important that we have this in order to move beyond multicultural realities and have us to unify across our differences. That should be done. That video took me a lot. Damn.
911, what's your emergency?